Hey gang, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. Guys, I am so glad to be back in my chair, back in front of the camera, and just to be back with you guys. It has been it's been a while. It's been about a month since my last upload, and I miss you guys so much. I have so much to talk about, so much to share with you guys. So guys, today I just want to do a life update. I have been purchasing so much makeup. There's been like so many different launches and things that I have purchased with the intent to review some things, with the intent to show you guys some things, and I have not had an opportunity to do that because of the things I'm going to tell you, because of what's been happening. So I went ahead and filled in my brows, and I used this this brow pomade from Patrick Ta that was in the Ipsy Glam Bag X last month. And so brows have been filled in, and so let's go ahead and let's start with some face. So I am going to use the Street Taco palette, and let's just see what we can create with this little palette. I was finally able to get my hands on the eyeshadow primer from Juvias place. Also, they had theirs restocked, so I got the shade, what shade is this? This is shade 1, and so it's like a white shade, so it's perfect since this is a colorful palette. So guys, it has been a crazy couple of months. I would say it's a whirlwind, but it's been a whirlwind. Like, my world has been blown up, you guys. Like, so many different things going on, so much happening. I became a licensed or a certified travel agent, and ever since I sort of announced that this is what I'm doing, it has been blowing up. Like, it has been blowing up, and I'm grateful for it. I really am. You know, now that the world is opening back up, and you know, people, they can get out, they absolutely want to get out, and I am here to help you go where you want to go. And you know, I have been traveling and, you know, doing some things myself. I'm finishing up my eye over here. I did just go in with some concealer to kind of polish up the bottom of my brow, just to make sure that my brows have a nice shape. And then just gonna blend, take a little bit more of that and just blend everything out nicely. So in addition to becoming a travel agent, guys, I also have been working on, and I haven't put this out publicly. Well, I put it out on Facebook, but I haven't really put it out publicly. But I am working on my EP. So you guys know from the videos that I've been doing on the channel that you guys know that I sing. And so just the journey that I've been on, and everything that happened with the ending of my marriage, and you know, the hurt, the pain, and everything I went through, and you know, this journey to discovering myself, and just this path that I've been on, I'm taking my journal entries, and I'm putting that all to music, and I am finally doing something that I've wanted to do since I was a little girl, and that is record an album. And I'm so excited about what's been happening with it. I'm so excited about the ideas, you know, the songs that have been completed, the songs that I'm writing, just, you know, the chemistry that I have with my producer, and I am just loving every moment of this. I'm going to start with this color down here called Carne Asada. I'm going to pack that onto my lower lid space. So I've been taking time to just kind of sit down and, you know, I listen to the tracks that my producer sent me, and, you know, so I'm listening, I'm writing, I'm doing a lot of things like that. Of course, you guys know I started a new job back in March, and so, y'all, I love what I do as an HR professional, but, you know, this new gig I'm seeing some things I've never seen in my career. And, you know, it's challenging me to think creatively, and it's challenging me to, you know, even though I'm using the principles of HR and staying within, you know, the legal parameters, it is absolutely challenging me to think outside the box, and I must say I love it. I love the challenge that this position brings to me. You know, it gets me thinking, and it's helping me in other areas, you know, as I'm thinking more creatively and thinking more strategically. So I'm very appreciative of that. And this is my Sigma E25 brush that I'm using. I'm just kind of packing this on. And as you can see, this palette is very pigmented, and on this base is really good. So I recommend, if you're using the Juvias Place eyeshadow primer, do it with a wet sponge, because when I did it with a brush, it started to break up. It's kind of started to break apart on me, but it's not doing that at all. It's even holding up on this eye where, you know, I have a lot of lines, and it's even holding up. So, okay. So now that I have that packed in, I'm just going to kind of softly blend out those edges. I'm going to grab this shade here called Polo, and I'm going to lightly, on this Morphe M506 brush, I'm going to lightly just kind of blend out the edges. I did kind of pause a little bit from recording. My producer had some transitions going on, and so, you know, I've just kind of, you know, been focusing on other things. But as it relates to like what I'm doing as far as like travel wise, guys, you guys know I have been on my weight loss journey, and I've been still losing weight. I'm still, you know, first of all, let me pause and say I finally made it out of the 200 club, and I am now a part of Wonderland. I am so excited that I accomplished that goal, and I am officially under 200 pounds. I am down comfortably to a size 16, but the 16s are getting a little big. So, you know, I say like I can go down to a 14. So, you know, I'm down to a 1X size t-shirt, and I love the way my clothes fit. So I have to show you guys some of the before and after and some of the side by sides. So, you know, just kind of pay attention to what's flashing on the screen here. As you can kind of see, you know, the way this transformation has been happening. And it's not about being skinny, right? So it's not about, oh, I want to be skinny, or I want to be pencil thin, or I want to look like such and such, or because I want to wear a bikini, or no, it's not about any of that for me. It's about taking control of every part of my life. And it's about not allowing anything, whether it's weight, self-esteem, relationships, whatever, not allowing anything to stop me or to hinder me from doing what I enjoy and being able to live my life to the fullest of which I want to live my life. And that is what this journey has been about. And one of the goals that I set for myself, and I think I shared this with you guys before, is that when I got down to not necessarily my goal weight, but when I got down to a comfortable weight where I could ride a roller coaster without needing to be assisted with, you know, being strapped in, because you guys, I'm top heavy, and, you know, I have my stomach is a problem area. And so riding roller coasters, while I could do it, it was a challenge, especially for the overhead harnesses, you know, being pressed in and pushed in and clamped, and, you know, all it takes to secure myself safely to the ride. One of my goal was that the first thing I was going to do was I was going to get on somebody's roller coaster. And I have to show you guys this because I posted it on Instagram a couple months ago. But take a look at this clip. Check this out.
Look at this. Yes. My friend is in the seat. Let me see you buckle it. Let me see you buckle it.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold up. Is it going to go in there? Where the buckle it?
Pow!
Not one.
Are you in there, sis?
And I'm in here.
Come on, Lodger Gus. You are no more.
Wait a minute.
Come on, Skinny Slimmy.
2. Yo.
How awesome was that, right? So that was like back in April, and it was that day my friend and I, we had so much fun that day at Busch Gardens, and I just decided that, you know, I've reached this goal. I can ride roller coasters, and I am in the midst of a US tour of Six Flags. So I have been going to every Six Flags in the country. I'm gonna grab this orange shade here, Picante, and I'm gonna blend that out on top using the same Morphe M506 brush. And I've cleaned the brush, and so I'm just gonna quickly blend this out at the top. So I did have to go in and do a little bit of fixing because that orange wasn't what I really wanted it to be. So I just kind of went back in with the polo shade to kind of deepen it up. I did add a little bit of this Al Pastor color on top of the orange just to kind of deepen it up a little bit so it wouldn't be so bright. And then, you know, kind of touch back up with the Carne Asada shade just to kind of make sure that everything was kind of, you know, blending together nicely. And so now I'm going to grab this OMG glitter from BH Cosmetics. Is in the shade Gold Coin. I love doing halo eyes, and so I'm going to just grab a little bit of this on this brush, and it's kind of like a gel consistency, so it kind of looks like that. It's a gel consistency if you've never seen that before. And I'm going to just kind of move this around the center of my lid. So I went ahead and drew some wing liner using the Better Than Sex wing liner. I popped on these lashes. These are the Boss style lashes from Kaila Co Beauty, and I will link where you can purchase the lashes. It's from their lash box. I will post a link in the description where you can go and you can purchase those if you'd like. And so now let's go ahead and move on to face as we continue to talk about what's been going on with my life. So I'm going to take this VFX, this photo finish or camera ready primer from Farmasi. And I showed you guys this one before. It was a sample that I had, and I told you that I intended to purchase the full thing, and I did. And so I'm going to prime my face using this to blur out some of my pores, just to give me a nice smooth canvas and a clean, you know, clean surface to work with. And I'm looking at my mirror over here as we do that. So yeah, I'm gonna for foundation, I'm gonna use the ABH foundation, the Luminous Foundation, and this is in the shade 530 in, and you know, I'm in my summer shade, so this is much richer than my normal shade, so it's perfect for summer. So I'm going to apply this all over and just kind of press the foundation into my skin. But you guys, so that is, you know, what I've been doing. So for Six Flags and the Six Flags tour, and really just kind of I'm so excited to do it. And like I said, you guys, I've been having fun, and you know, again, meeting new people and just allowing myself to, you know, enjoy my freedom and, you know, enjoy, you know, what this segment and what this chapter of life has in store for me. And, you know, embracing that, you know, my, you know, one chapter has ended. And even though, you know, that was not easy, you know, God has blessed me, and I survived it. And because I survived it, why not live? Right? You know, I survived my heartbreak. I survived, you know, my situation. I survived divorce, y'all. I survived divorce. And so since I survived it, again, why not live? So I'm making the conscious decision to live and to do the things that I enjoy. And, no more regrets. No more regrets. And, something else that's really been, picking up for me lately has been makeup clients. I have really been able to take on more makeup clients. I've had people reach out about wanting to do my one-on-one classes. I've had people reaching out about wanting to, have makeup done for their photo shoots. So I did the makeup for one young lady for her family photo shoot, which was outdoors. And then, the trend is everyone is loving these scenery photographs. And so I did her makeup in preparation for that. And I had another young lady actually this past Saturday for her 40th birthday. I highlight my face using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the shade Toffee, and I'm going to use this dark foundation stick from Juvia's Place, and it's in the shade Katsina. And so I'm just gonna so when I contour, you guys, I don't do that whole drawing a long line because you're gonna blend it out, and then I don't want to elongate that. So I just like to just put a little mark here, little mark here, go a little around here, and I'll do a little, just going like up on the bridge of my nose, and because I'm gonna blend it down because I don't like all those long lines. And then I'll take the Toffee, which I need some more, and I'm just going to just touch where I'm going to conceal a little bit. And I stopped doing that long triangular shape under my eyes because it does elongate my face, and my face is already pretty long. And so really with my concealer, I just need to mask the lines, and then I also need to fill in those tear troughs. So, those dips that are under my eyes. So I kind of just follow in this shape. I don't do a whole bunch with, concealing anymore. So a little bit here. And then just give me a little bit. Not down my whole nose, about there. And then I'm going to use a damp sponge. Let that dry just a little bit, even though LA Girl does dry quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out, because LA Girl is a drying concealer and it dries fast. Want to, blend this out quickly. And then I'm going to take that same foundation brush and go ahead and blend out the contour. So I'm going to take my Mercier loose setting powder, and this is in the shade Honey. And I'm going to go ahead and set the highlight areas. And I'm going to just, because I don't want to make this like I'm baking, because I don't want this to get too bright. So I'm going to dab off the excess. And then just go ahead and set the concealer. My sponges had started to dry a bit, so just want to really make sure that I'm setting these areas properly. But you guys, I'm just, I'm enjoying life and, trying to keep up with all these different projects and keep up with the channel. And, there was one point, honestly, guys, this is like the first time that I've sat down to do my own makeup in a couple of weeks. So I haven't even really been able to kind of do my own makeup because I've been on the go and like really like moving, that I haven't even been able to just sit down in my chair and just create and relax. So I guess it's a good thing. I guess I had enough practice on my face that, you know, I'm ready to venture out on other people and, you know, taking on clients. And it's just, it's guys, it's been an exciting adventure. It's been an exciting adventure. That is like the best way that I can describe it. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I really wouldn't change anything. You know, I'm doing things that I've always wanted to do. But, you know, there were things that I had to put on the back burner because I was a wife, because I was raising children. And I couldn't go dream chasing. And so this is the time for me to chase my dreams. And that's what I'm doing, guys. This period of life right now, it's absolutely dream chasing. Absolutely dream chasing. Gonna grab this Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter Loose Setting Powder. And it is in the shade it's in the shade Nutmeg. And so I am going to grab I'm gonna take just a fluffy just a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to kind of dust off the excess here as I put it onto the brush. And I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. And I was in Sephora because I had some gift cards. And so I tried this for the first time, guys. And I must admit, I love this powder. It retails for, I think, $35. Which is not bad. It's you know, around the same price point as the Mercier, so not a bad price point. And it's an amazing powder. I really do like it, and I used it on my client. I only had to touch her up slightly because of the sunlight, and her eyes started to water a bit. And so I did want to go in and kind of just touch her up a little bit. I could have blended this out a little bit more, but we're not going to worry about it. I know how to fix it. But yeah, so I only had to touch her up because her eyes teared up a bit. Not because the makeup ran. And I mean, all day. And her face at 10 o'clock at night, and this is like 12 hours, more than 12, because I finished her face at like maybe 10. Yeah, so 12 hours. This is 12 hours of wear. And her makeup was still flawless. I mean, no cracks, no peeling, her makeup was still flawless 12 hours later. And the foundation I used was Maybelline, which, you know, Maybelline is a good foundation for, you know, drugstore brand anyway. But I locked it in place with this Fenty powder, and it absolutely held her up through the day. Held her through the day. Take this Morphe, it's the 8R. It's a highlight contour palette, or a contour and blush palette. It's kind of my go-to. I'm going to take that deepest shade and just kind of use that to contour. I'm going to grab the bronzer from the Juvias bronze collection, which you guys know I reviewed this. I'm going to start with the top shade, and I'm going to blend that on top of the contour, and kind of, you know, on my bronzer area, just to add some warmth here. And it's always best to use a fluffy brush when bronzing so that you get a nice blend. Everything blends out nicely. And I'm going to dip into the darker shade. And I'm going to kind of put that between, well, I guess on top of my contour color. So like underneath, just to kind of add a little bit of warmth, a little additional warmth. To my skin. really kind of warm me up. This is the Morphe bronzer, and it's in the shade Leader. So it has more of a redder tone. And so I'm going to just brush that right across there to add just a touch of warmth. And it also helps to, again, correct my little mistake by giving me just a touch of warmth. I'm going to grab this other Morphe bronze and blush palette, and this is the 8F, so it's for a lighter shade. So I use this on my lighter shade clients. And I'm going to pick up that pink blush. So I'm actually going to combine the pink blush with that highlight. So I'm going to actually pick them up together. And I'm going to brush that just across my, flush that across my cheeks. And it'll give me just a soft blush and highlight all at the same time. Just to kind of give me a nice little flush. So I'm going to take my holy grail of setting sprays, and you guys already know what that is. It is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and I'm going to go ahead and give my face a good mist because I'm going to go ahead and do my under eye. And what I want to do with the under eye is I want just a color that will offset the colors on the eye, and I'm going to do that with a green. I'm going to grab the Life's a Drag palette, and I'm going to grab this dark green shade down here, and it is called Come On Sis. It's JS. This is a shader brush, and I'm going to pick up this green, and I'm going to kind of stamp it along my lower lash line. But I'm not going to go all the way in. What I've been doing lately is kind of going about a little bit more than half, so about 2/3 of the way, and leaving that first third empty. I'm going to stamp that under my eye. And I'm going to take that, not going to pick up any product, but I'm going to take that Sigma brush that had the shade, my lid color, that has my lid color still on that brush. And I'm going to just kind of lightly blend out underneath that green. I take my Maybelline, this Lasting Drama gel liner, and I'm gonna grab a angled brush. I'm going to apply this in the waterline. And then finally, I'm gonna go back into the facelift palette, and I'm going to grab that gold color there, and I'm going to take a small brush, so something like this little shader brush. This is a Morphe M508 brush, so it's a small brush, and I'm going to just grab that gold, and I'm going to place it in my corner, in that empty space. And then last but not least, I'm going to take my Benefit mascara. Well, at least last but not least for the eyes. I'm going to take this They're Real mascara from Benefit. And I love this mascara. And I'm going to just apply that to my lower lashes. All right, guys, this is the finished look. I'm so sorry. The camera stopped recording and I didn't realize it, and so it didn't capture what I did for my lips. But basically what I did is I used the what is this? The Carne Asada. I used that shade to line my lips, and then I went in with the this is actually the Churro liquid lipstick from GlamLite. That's a part of the Cinco de Mayo package from GlamLite. So I used that, and then I topped it with this lip gloss from Tower 28. So guys, so this is what I came up with in my hair. I simply just, you know, that ponytail that you saw earlier, I just pulled it forward, fluffed it up, and just did something cute and simple. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I appreciate your commitment. Thank you, and welcome to the new people that have joined the gang in the last month since I've been away. So thank you guys so much. I promise I am not abandoning you guys. I'm working out schedules and trying to get everything together, but I will be continuing to upload things. In fact, I have some packages arriving from Juvia's place, which is their new collection, so please stay tuned for that. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. When you see my face pop up on the screen, that is another opportunity for you to join the Amy gang. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.